beginning of the second half. They've made 3 of their first 4 attempts.
Now, here's Marshall. He's guarded closely. Zeller setting the pick for Anthony. Use that pick to get in close. Anthony's got 4 points in the quarter.
His shooting has been so good today. He may have to take it upon himself to try to get his club out of this hole.
Double team on Westbrook. The dish to Butler. From 10 feet out. No good. Shumpert with some nice D. Knicks trail by 6. Kicks to Marshall. To the paint. It's deflected. Out of bounds. Knicks ball as New York keeps possession. So both teams changing it up here.
Nice shooting.
The Bulls leading by 6. Here's Westbrook. And the shot is long.
That's a shot that he sometimes struggles with, but you can't fault him for taking it when the defense backs off like that.
Shumpert dishes to Marshall. Back to Shumpert. To the left wing. Just 5 on the clock. There's the double team with Westbrook. Shumpert, no good.
He's far too tentative in the paint, and even more so when the defender is up tight on him like that's how.
Shoots. The shot's good from Westbrook. Westbrook's got 8 points here in this quarter. Knicks trail by 8. Here's Marshall. He's got 8. And here is Anthony. New York, no good that time either. Anthony against Westbrook. Baseline J on the way. It's Chicago with another bucket.
And as hot as he's been this quarter, the game plan should be simple. Get him the ball and get out of the way.
Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time getting the lid off the basket so far.
Anthony drives in. Out to Shumpert. Launches it. Westbrook pulls it in. Westbrook's got 4 rebounds in this game. And out of bounds as the Knicks gain possession.
That's a major. Mistake. I mean, there's no other way for me to describe it. He didn't know where he was on the court. That's a basic fundamental. You have to be alert to where you are.
The Knicks making a switch here. Hardaway's checked in. Back to Anthony. Outside Hardaway. That's in there. Anthony with the assist. Hardaway's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. The Bulls leading by 7. Here's Westbrook, and it's Chicago scoring again. Here's Hardaway. There's 53 seconds left in the third. Johnson outside. Hardaway kicks to Anthony. Back to Hardaway. 6 to shoot. Out to Shumpert. Releases. Money from the wing.
That's good, unselfish play there because his shot was tougher. Instead, he went to his teammate.
For Chicago, they've gone 6 of 9 from the floor here in the second half. They've got to be happy with that. Westbrook double team. Stolen by Kansas. The feed to Shumpert. Cantor, the pass to Shumpert. Anthony down low, covered by Noah. In transition, here come the Bulls. Oh, and the jam by Butler.
And unfortunately, we've seen a few too many of those. A lack of concentration and alertness, a turnover, and an easy bucket the other way in transition.
And if we see a few more...
And we welcome you back to our coverage of round one in the NBA playoffs. And a moment now as we take a look at our of the game.
Well, this is what you talk about when you have the offensive play coming together based on tremendous passing. It's the rhythm and flow that occurs that makes this a beautiful game.
Taking a look at the Bulls. Westbrook in a two-guard. Chandler Parsons out there with Doug McDermott. Then it's Taj Gibson. And it's Rose in at the point guard.
Very clever passing. That was just beautifully done.
Here's Marshall. He dishes it to Johnson. Zeller setting the pick for Johnson. Loses his man off the screen and lays it up and in.
The screenplay worked ideally there, and I'm not talking about the screenplay you see in a movie theater. Gave him more than enough room to get that shot off.
Westbrook kicks to Rose. Westbrook against Hardaway. Dishes to Gibson. Hardaway with the steal. And now here comes Marshall, leading the break. And Wesley Johnson with the slam.
What a pass by Marshall. That's outstanding teamwork.
The Bulls leading by 7. Rose dishes to Westbrook. He kicks it to McDermott. Puts up a 3. The Knicks pull it in. Final quarter of play, about a minute and a half off the clock into it. Hardaway passes to Marshall. Beyond the arc. And it's Chicago with the rebound. Gibson's got 6 rebounds in the game. And that's out of bounds. Chicago will retain possession. And the Bulls... making a change here. Noah's checked in. Here's Westbrook. And again, no good by Chicago.
And little to no chance of that shot going in.
Yeah, that was a tough one right there.
And Marshall kicks to Zeller. And there's the pass to Hardaway. He feeds it to Zeller. Yes, and it's Hardaway picking up the assist. 6 points for Tyler Zeller.
Nothing too fancy, just simple execution. That's getting the job done when they need to make every possession count.
I agree, Clark. They need stops, and they can't afford any wasted possessions. Those inside shots are really high percentage looks.
Knicks trail by 5. Inside. And fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot 2. That one on Rose. In a moment now to quickly take a look at the offensive approach for Chicago.
I thought maybe they'd cool off a bit at half.
The Knicks have gone 3 of 4 in field goal attempts since getting things started here in the 4th. Rose attacking. They can't stop the run with that one. Clark, one thing we've seen from these guys is excellent ball movement.
And you love to see that, Kevin. I mean, I love watching unselfish play, and I know Steve enjoys that too.
Yeah, that's the best part of the game. I mean, a 5-man team game where the ball moves with so much unselfish play. It's beautiful to watch.
Well, it's been a good game tonight for Marshall. He has 8 and 6 assists.
Tiny, who's checked in for Chicago. He hits one and misses one, each at the line. The Bulls leading by 3. The shot by Butler, nobody around. And he's good on the 3-ball.
What a display of offense we've seen today, and it's only getting better.
Well, both defenses have been on their heels all day, and it's begun to take its toll.
Over to the left wing. From outside the arc. And the Knicks miss again.
You know, even though he missed that one, great shooters have a way of feeling when they've got enough room to pull the trigger.
Yeah, not enough defensive coverage there to prevent him from firing that time. But yeah, I think if he's open, he's got to let that thing fly.
It's Anthony with the drive. And Marshall kicks to Anthony. New York moving it around. 6 on the shot clock. Marshall can't hit.
Well, that's clearly a situation you want to make sure you don't give him too good of a look at.
Not true. The defenders shouldn't relax just because he missed that one. He's capable of getting hot in a hurry. I'd say that fast break went according to plan.
Yeah, it sure did. A good job getting it started. And a better job finishing it off.
It's Carmelo Anthony on the wing. They get it back. Hardaway against Butler. Hardaway dishes to Marshall. There's the triple. And the shot is good. The Chicago lead has been cut to just 5 on the basket from Hardaway.
Defensively, they can't afford to back off of him that much. You don't want to be giving up easy threes, especially at this stage of the game.
Butler passes to Westbrook. Butler kicks to McDermott. Pass to Westbrook. Feeds it to McDermott. Lets it go from deep. It's rebounded by New York. Anthony's got his 3rd rebound on the night.
This quarter has not been his best. The defense may be starting to affect him a little bit.
And it is flushed down with a nice jam.
They've made a great sequence of plays to get this game close again. And this is no time to take their foot off the pedal. They got to keep it rolling.
I agree, Steve. They really had their backs against the wall, but now they're the ones applying the pressure with just a few possessions left in this game.
Pass to Marshall. Now the dish to Hardaway. Anthony left side. Pass to Marshall to tie it up. Here's Zeller. The rebound by Gibson. Chicago's gotten just 1 of 4 3-pointers to go down for them here in the 4th. Hardaway against Westbrook. Kicks it to McDermott. Back to Westbrook. Lots of room. It falls.
He just is not missing today. What a day he's had from the field.
I think he's the guy who's kept them in this game with this performance today.
Shumpert is checked in for the Knicks. Chandler Parsons, he's checked in for the Bulls. All right, let's go over to the sideline with Doris Burke.
Kevin, I had a chance to find out what the Knicks coach was going over with his guys. With a deficit as we approach the final buzzer, he stayed upbeat, saying, listen, we can battle back, fellas. Just stay with me. I need all-out effort here, and we can bring it home. Fellas?
And so they foul intentionally. Good on the first, and that increases their lead to 6. And he cannot convert on the second. That misses. And here is Anthony. The feed now to Marshall. 2 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Anthony against Butler. Dishes it to Marshall. 3-pointer. Knocks down the trifecta. 9 seconds left in the 4th quarter. And they stop the clock as soon as they can with the intentional foul.
Smart foul there. You've got to try to extend the game.
Yeah, it's still close, but they're fighting that clock as much as the score right now.
So he goes 2 for 2 at the line, and it's a 5-point game.
And you can wrap this one up. Great job to stay cool with the line and polish it off.
Off the inbound, no good. And so it's Chicago winning this one. It was